In the summer of 2018, the city of Amsterdam completely restructured its tram system. It took effect pretty much all in one go overnight. To make sense of all these changes, Nick Nugent decided to try out the new tram routes for himself. All of them, in one day.
Hi, my name's Nick Nugent, I'm the chairman of the British Society. Today I'm riding all the new tram routes. So this is one of the only places where you can walk to another tram. Then there's the 3 and the 7 are together. That's okay. This one goes all the way to Mouderport, which intersects with the 3 and the 7 as well. It's really interesting the amount of new hotels which are being built. Going around the outskirts, because you know there's a ban on big new hotels in the centre. So I never even knew this was a hotel over here. So this is a brand new hotel which has just sprung out. Well, it may not be brand new, I've never been here before, so I've never known about it anyway.
It's your 8th tram.
Yes. There's a lot more that go round now. So most of them used to go like as a spoke of a wheel, so out to the outside, but there's at least 3 have been transferred so that they go sort of like that or like that around the outside. So why the 11 exists, I don't know, but I think it's because the 1 is not frequent enough. So just to do that little stretch between Overtoom and the city centre, they've added an extra tram called 11 just to make it faster. That's how it looks by the organisation. Oh yeah, the next one's a nice one. I like that. So it's 11 to 12 out to the Amstel station, then round to Rye to catch the 4 back in again. When I was building the plan, the logic of it just made lots of sense. So it was just like, oh yeah, that's quite good. Yeah. Nice. I'm exactly on time with this, but I've missed the demon portion of the number 19. So I'm going to have to make that up later, and that's going to cost me an hour. Yeah. Because there's no other transport that goes that way. So from Leidseplein, it's all the way out to Diemen and all the way back to Leidseplein, and that's the only one I can take. Interchange. Only about 5 more hours to go. I decided that just to do the trams today, because if you have the north-south line on, then there's another hour. So, yeah. And I always want to go to the back. So there's so many more opportunities to change trams. So when you get off, you can walk around the back of the tram, and you can transfer to the tram really easily. Where if you're at the front, then you have to like walk and then go. So I always prefer to be at the back. There's a hell of a lot of building in Amsterdam. It's crazy. So especially the Iberg leg, there's so many new buildings going up around there. It's everywhere you go, there's new building. I mean, if you listen to the council elections, then every party in Amsterdam promised that they were going to build somewhere between 7,000 and 10,000 new houses, and I think probably they're going to be close. So there is a huge amount of new buildings being put up everywhere. So yeah, also on the route of the 7 as well, there was so many new buildings 7 is Sloterpark to Leidseplein. Yeah. So this leg, we're going to cover most of the one route up until Surinamplein.
Meer en vaart. Overstappen op de lijnen 17, 63.
We've already done 17, so we don't need to do that.
En 61, behalve na.
So yeah, once we get to Surinamplein, we swap then to the 11. So the 11 is the same route as the 1. So I'm counting trams which share the same line. I don't have to sit on the whole of that tram route. So I'll consider that I've done the 1 and the 11 by sitting on the 1 up to the point where it intersects the 11, and then the 11 for that bit, and then all of the other trams which go through Leidseplein. I've got other routes coming from that, but once we get to Leidseplein we'll transfer on to the 12, and then it's the 12 to Amstel Station, round to Rye, and then the 4 back into the centre. The plan, I could have started earlier. The trams start around about 6 o'clock in the morning, but I decided let's make it civilized, because I'd worked out a plan to do it starting at 8, finishing at 3 minutes past 7. That was if everything worked correctly, but I knew there would be problems, so I've added an hour to that, and I've probably lost an hour, and I'll probably need even a little bit more than that. So it's likely I'm going to be finished around 8 to 8:30, something like that. And the finishing point is Rembrandtplein, so I can have a nice beer in the pub. So I had another route organised, but I'd end up somewhere completely different, and and then I'd be having to have a beer somewhere like in Usdorp. So I changed it completely, so I ended up back in the centre. The whole battle plan took about, it took 2 attempts and around about 5 hours in total to work it out. Yeah, so we're just on one of the canals. So they moved the stop down from the centre of Leidseplein. I think it was to move the traffic, the crowds away, because it was getting really busy. So there's only one stop in the centre of Leidseplein now, and the ones for the east-west services, they're also quite far away. So the one going west is really a long way. It's like 3 or 4 minutes walk to get to there, so it's quite inconvenient. This one's not so bad. It's okay. It's acceptable. For some reason, the stock of trams, I don't know what's happened, but I used to ride the 12 and the 14, and they were brand new trams. They were lovely, but now we've got the 19 going our route, and it's these old ones, and it's awful. So you have to climb up the steps. There's half the amount of seats and space. It's dreadful. It's not an improvement. You know the Dutch tradition of hanging your duvet out the window? So it looks as though they've got some exhibition about that. I don't actually know what it is, but they're recreating that here. Well, many thanks for joining us, Broadcast Amsterdam. It's been a great day on the trams, all 12 hours of it, and what more fun can you have for €7.50 for a day card?